Hi guys, good morning. Right, well, I've got some things on today, haven't I? Yes, I have. I've got appointments with myself. So my house is going to be me. Others might do this if they were rich and like wasteful of money. Basically, I am doing, and this is what's happened since emptiness. This is the beauty of it, right? I've gone back to what I used to do as a teenager and a young adult. So when we lived together and when I was just able to just focus on me, weird concept, especially when you're a mum for 25 years, as in hands-on mum for 25 years. So basically, I'm going to self-tan today, which I used to do when I was young. Yes, I was one of those. It's not for everyone. Okay, let's be nice, girls, to each other. I'm joking. Like, there is some trolls sometimes that get funny with that. But I'm just saying, it is something that I loved doing as a, young one. It made me feel like I had a nice glow. I think that it's good, especially for people like me. I don't wear makeup, guys. For dancing, I did, but I don't wear makeup. It's a sensory nightmare. I'll wear lipstick and mascara, even eyeshadow and glitters. I love being a fairy, as you saw in my hippie video, freedom video. That is an actual really nice quality body glitter that I'm going to get more of. It's Shein, by the way, and you can get different ones. But and also I'm going to be a mermaid, so wait for that one. But yes, I'm going to do some self-tan today to give myself, so I can look healthy. Oh gosh, is that not going to just go against me? Oh, you look so healthy. And I'll be like, yes, I could die any day, but that's okay. It's all good. But I'll look good in the morgue, won't I? That's very black humour. Oh, this one's self-tanned, huh? This one's cooked. They'll think I've been in the sun, probably. Got to keep fooling these men, don't we? I don't think Sir knew that this glow that I had was quite likely. Now, I didn't go quite heavy, although in summer I kind of did. In summer I did, because you know what? My natural skin is olive skin, and basically I'm telling you, I can go very brown. But the problem is now, with having, because of my immune system, I have like vitiligo and I'm losing pigmentation. That's a very, that's Marilyn Monroe. Yes, if you want to know. It's just a performing thing. So, yeah, basically, I didn't really go heavy, but, because I did do it in winter as well. But in summer, especially the lifestyle I had with my friends, a lot of it was at the beach and at the marina and, something outside. We're Aussies, something outside. So I wanted to have that glow of like, oh, I've been tanning. And I knew that the sun was actually bad. But my mum was a tanner, like I remember as a little girl, sitting next to her on a towel, just like my mummy in my bikinis, like, yes, I'm just like my mummy, tanning, right? Because she would tan out the backyard or whatever. And, that was the era. I don't know if anyone knows 70s mums, but they tanned, okay? And they looked good in their bikinis because they used to get really fit. Maybe that's Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical. I want to get, only you guys that are boomers can tell me that. I don't know. But anyway, my mum was one that it's the economic status thing, right? You got to look a certain way to be approved. You got to be slim. You got to be tanned. You got to have lipstick on. You got to look pretty. That was very much like my family. That's the motto if you're a girl in my family. However, the things lightened up for when my sister came along. It's like, you get to do what you want. I'm glad for her. I'm just saying. For me, not the same thing. Nope, you got to look pretty. You got to do this and this and this. Oh, where's your nail polish? And it was like that. I had to keep up with my mum and my nana, and it was hard. But anyway, I love self-tanning. It's fun. It's fun, fun, fun. And for some people, it's not. I get it. But I thought I'd share it because some of you might be going, oh, when I was young and I used to do the same thing. Well, just because we're bedridden or just because we're sick and just because whatever our other stresses we have, it doesn't matter. Yes, I know, I've got to get this checked, guys. I really hurt myself when I fell. Me and TikTok dancing, not safe. So basically, yes, we have an extra camera. That's a pet cam. Each of our Temu, just blame Temu. I needed an autism lanyard and card thing, and they were the only ones that had the decent ones. Now, I've still got to get my one from Australia because that's got more, it's more probably understood by the Australian, you know, different people that will be dealing with me if they need that card. So I need to get the one that's based here. So I'll do that. But this is just one that's just for lay people and even just going into a hospital, which is all the time. Although lucky, I had a gastroenterologist appointment, but it was cancelled because no, there's the meeting first. It's like, no, that was meant to be the post-procedure results. It's like, oh yeah, well, we didn't do the procedure because it was too dangerous. So they cancelled it. So there's a big meeting at the hospital with the executive director. I don't know how he's going to save me, but like, anyway, I'm getting a general physician at the hospital. About time, isn't it? Of course I should get a general physician. I mean, if you've got no 20Q specialist, that's... Anyway, we're not doing medical talk. So, I'm telling you guys because I want you to remember, even if you're not disabled, what you did when you were young, now that your kids are grown up, you are more than a mother. You are more than that. Because I'm tired of that just being that. Because to be honest, some of us have got kids that we overcompensated so much for that they're just so obnoxious. And they just are so cold and uncaring about sort of saying thanks. Like, thanks for not doing what your parents did, like beat the shit out of you and smack you all the bloody time. Or... you know, abuse you verbally, tell you you're a piece of shit, you know. Why is the fucking door open? We're so dignified in front of people, and then when people go away, it becomes this thing of like, it's a free-for-all. Everyone gets nasty. It's like, I wonder if the royal family's like that. Probably. The doors closed of the palace. You can just hear it, you know, King Charles. Fuck this, okay, William? Get your shit together, son. I can just imagine. I know Harry would have been like... Sorry. They're just people. Okay, but it's funny because William looks like my son, and then Harry kind of, without the red hair, which Harry actually looks like my cousin, but I've got a cousin that looks like Harry, but very cute little sweet boy, although he's probably a man now. No, he is a man now. He's grown up. But anyway, my cousin Brendan was just, he was cute. And he was a very lovely boy. And same with his sister Stephanie, but basically, she had beautiful long hair. She got the whole, a bit like my other girl cousin. Both my girl cousins, Rebecca and Stephanie, got the blonde, blue eyes, beautiful blonde hair. Stunning girls. But basically, Harry with my youngest son, the cheekiness. Just my youngest son. You know, you'd be at the petrol station and he'd be looking through the window going, you know, like this, and you're like, oh my God, monkey. Like, this child is wild. But I loved him for it. I tell you what, it made my day. It made any stress that was possibly going on, which there always was one, made everything go away just looking at my kids. It was funny. So whenever I see Harry along his years and being rebellious, and it's a bit like now, you know, like with him like not talking to his father, it's like, oh my God, this is like, well, yeah, what my son's doing. It's like, oh my God, just stop. Okay? Millennials, what's wrong with you? Okay, your parents are gonna die. Just realise that. But anyway, that's not, we can't save you. You're gonna live with regret. But basically self-tanning is what I used to do when I didn't have kids and I was on my own. Well, living with Sir, we were renting together when I was 18, and I was even doing self-tanning before I'd even met him. Just doing it like, I don't know, on the weekends when, I don't know, watching Hangout Saturday or Star Trek or something. Yeah, let's watch Star Trek. And basically like listen to music, whatever, but I would do self-tanning regularly. It was a regular routine and people just thought, wow, you're so tanned. And I can get away with it because I've got olive skin. So it suits my eyes and my hair and it does suit me. I'm sure it's improved, the products these days, they've improved. I did my research. I think I've got a product that's good enough. But, you know, I'll try different ones until I find my right one. I've got the brush, I've got the mitt, I've got the exfoliator, and I know all the rules because I've been there, done that. The hands, the feet, the knees, the elbows, all the wrists, all these things I know. So that's kind of cool. But I'm looking forward to it. Like, so if you see me looking tan, I did not go to Fiji. Okay? I wish that I was on a Fiji beach. Just lying back, drinking margaritas. I've never had a margarita. Gotta have one. Bucket list. Gotta have one. But I tell you what, if you know, they say it makes you really, well then I'm screwed because one glass of bubbles and I'm, hi, they want to see you. Oh, he's a big boy now. You can run off. He's doing this thing. This is a psychology thing. When babies and toddlers get, because babies can't walk away. Toddlers, this is child development. When they're getting more and more independent, which is the good thing, they go away from you, but then they come back. They might just tap you on the knee and hold onto your knee, or they might come and sit in your lap, and then they go off again. And all this is like slowly separating from mum, and then they'll move further distances away. They might end up in a different room where they can't see you and they're quite happy. But they might come and find you just so that they can see you and kind of, and then go off again. It's all a developmental thing. They slowly do it. Proximity is a slow thing for toddlers. And animal language is body language and development. Same thing. He's my baby. He knows I'm mummy. He comes for cuddles. He literally like taps and he knows that means I'll squeeze him in, and he snuggles in and he purrs and he does all these certain like body languages that make me know that's what he's asking for. And he knows the tap that's what he gets. So now that's just because I'm a little bit more attentive with my animals, because it's always been a natural thing and I've always had cats ever since I can remember. So I know animals very well. Certain animals, dogs, cats. What else? Which kind of ruins it for when you're trying to train dogs to be support dogs. I'm probably not good for that because, I mean, I just want to hug them. I just want to like lay down next to them, paws up. That's what I used to do as a kid. That's why they used to they'd have their paws up. This is my dogs as a child. They'd be lying down, and even if it was 2 paws up or 4 paws up, and I'd lay down next to them and imitate that behaviour, because as a child being nonverbal, all I did was imitate. Parrot, if it was verbal. Imitate, parrot. That's all I did, right? And so I do it with the animals too. So I'd be lying there and my family's going, yeah, we're a bit worried about this one. Because I have to talk to animals too, and they're like, it's a dog. You don't talk to dogs. Guys, that was the thing back then. Back me up, all you people who come from my generation, or if you're older than me, back me up in the comments. That's how people were. And they thought I was a little bit, ooh, because I talked to the animals, including the chickens, the geese, like they're people. To me, they're people too. They are. And basically, I'd do the body language of the dog, and the dog would look at me like, what the fuck are you? What are you doing, girl? What are you doing? You're not a dog. You're like one of them. You get to be inside more often than I do. You get better food than I do. We stare through the window, drooling because you're eating scones. At least they've got each other. They had a nice porch. They were very spoiled. Nana spoiled those dogs. But I'm just saying, like, I know animal behaviour and I can predict it. I know when they go to do something. I know the tail, what the tail does and what it means. And that's because I want to, just like if I had a friend for some reason, if I ended up with a friend who was deaf, I would learn hand language. Well, it is hand language, sign language. Autistic here, I'm going to call it hand language because you use hands. I would do that if someone was, I think it's a sense that needs that. I'm so sorry, deaf. I'd want to learn that because I'd be like, well, I want to connect. So that's how I am. It's just a thing. And I'll do it for animals. I'll do it for people because I like to connect. Have you noticed? Yeah. That's why I'm on YouTube. So I like to connect with people. I like to get to know people from all around the world and find out just anything about you. Just remember that, okay? This is not a channel that's some fancy aesthetic channel where everything's perfect. Even though, look guys, I know I come across as I've got my shit together and everything, and I kind of do. But I'm OCD, organised OCD, which even my psychiatrist said, you know, just mess things up a bit. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, just mess things up a little bit. I'm like, I'm thinking that's just so much discomfort. Now look, I let my house get things moved around, but trust me, I don't blame anyone. I don't get angry about it, but my brain sits there. Oh, this is agony. That is 1 inch from where it's meant to be, and those 3 things aren't lined up the way I normally line them up. Even if they're not lined up, they're kind of on certain angles for certain reasons. It makes the difference. Okay? Even one of my new, I just employed someone new for my NDS team, and she came into my home and she said, I love your house. Oh my goodness. And I was so like, I felt like that was a nice compliment. Everyone's said that to me that's seen my house, and that's a really nice compliment. And I appreciate that, but it's like, yeah, that's the OCD. You know, I wish I could be just like, who cares? Just put it on the table and leave it there. No, I cannot do that. Everything has a place. Right, that's paperwork for the car. That goes in box number 2 in the grey boxes. No, don't put it in box 3 because then I'm going to have an uncomfortable day. I will be really frustrated because I put it in box 2. Quickly, SOS. Not SOS. Stat. That's what doctors say, and nurses or whatever in hospital. But stat, just do it quickly. I know that's what it means. Sounds good, doesn't it? Stat. I want this stat. Yeah, I'm looking at you, doll. Jeez, and Barbie, I've got to change your batteries. Her batteries are in her back. Thought she was real. Why do inanimate objects, autistics, feel so real? I could go around the house, and if you said to me, what personality does this thing have? I'd list things, and you'd go, you're a fucking idiot. And I'd go, well, It's just a thing. I don't know why. It is. My stuff are my friends. That sounds really crazy. Anyway. It doesn't matter, does it? We're all going to die. Did that change the subject enough? Particularly me. I'll be first. You don't have to worry with that. I'll probably die before my parents. Anyway, basically, the self-tanning, I have to, you know, this is how I do it, and I know a lot of other people do it differently, but I do it differently because I've done it before. Now, if it doesn't work, whether it's a change in the ingredients, because maybe the old ingredients were cancerous, so maybe that still is. Better not tell my doctor. He's like Dr. House. He's like self-tanner. If you noticed it or heard about it, stop using it. That's what he'd do, and I'd be like, for fuck's sake, man, let me live a little. I'm a chick. I like to do these things. But it's good. It's kind of, he's a naturopath and he's a doctor. Very lucky. Very uncommon. But guys, do look for it. They do exist. Even in Perth, if you're in Perth, they do exist. And it can save you a lot of money in naturopathy money, because sometimes the naturopath onlys, I mean, if you've got the money, that's fine. Do it. Gosh. Who cares? But I'm just saying, for most people are struggling in Australia anyway. I know that much. For money, we're trying to like be careful everywhere we spend. And I suffer money insecurity, as in not because of nice things or whatever, that can just be taken away. Whatever, like I can end up in a tent. I will still find myself again and get on with life because I'm strong. But it's because of things like that, you know, you don't want to be living necessarily in a tent, even though it sounds so fun, because I am that kind of person. But to most people, you know, you need a house, right, to be, especially Hasika, to be safe, guaranteed electricity, so I don't die of SUDEP, or I don't know, like things can't happen. With my heart, imagine living in a tent. Not good for my heart, right? Having shocks of cold or heat or whatever. But yeah, it's just my brain's thinking, oh, that sounds like freedom, living in a tent. But yeah, basically, do look for good doctors that have a balance, because just throwing drugs at you, and I don't know if anyone else is out there is the same as me, but I'm in agony sometimes, and Sir knows that that's making me withdraw from, you know, being able to do things. It's making me just withdraw or just irritable or just avoiding doing anything because I'm in agony. He's like, you've got these pain meds. I've got the pain clinic coming up for the medication side. We've already talked about the need for rest and no stress and all that, which does help reduce some of your pain. But of course, as you know, that's not a cure. So once again, if someone tells you that, it's like, you just say it back. I noticed in my pain clinic course, we do it online in Perth, and because most of us are too in pain to go in for 6 hours or whatever it was, 5 hours, whatever it was. I don't know, but it was that ridiculous. You get breaks, but not really. So everyone's like lying down and everyone's like, so I didn't have to do it for myself. Sir was doing it, but I would join in at times to look at things and look at the spreadsheets and look at the stuff that they're saying. And especially I wanted to know the psychiatrist and the psychologist's point of view, because I was like, oh, come on. And then when everyone challenged the same things, and I went, yes, exactly, fuck your yoga and fuck your bloody when you've got a bad neck, guys, just for example, if you've got a dodgy neck, I've got CCI, that's pretty freaking severe. I should have surgery, but it's only because our health system is shit. But I should be having surgery ASAP, okay? Should not be happening. I could be paralyzed if something happens at any day, okay? Fact. This is bullshit. But anyway, people know that this psychological stuff doesn't cure the problem, number one, which everyone pointed out. It's like, I'd like the back surgery, and I'm the same. I'd like the neck surgery, but that's not all of my pain, sadly. 22q, multi-systemic. I have a lot of conditions. But, for some people, it's like, yeah, I want my back surgery, that'll help. Or I had my back surgery and, I've got pain that needs to still be maybe re-looked at because I probably have crap surgeons. I don't know. Or maybe they shouldn't have done the surgery for that condition. I don't know. But basically, and some of these people want to get back to work, the poor things. This is just so wrong, health system. Don't you want them back at work and fixed? I know that's what I used to cry to doctors all the time. And then they'd call me anxious. All these GPs would say, you're anxious. I'm like, I don't want to quit my job. And they're like, looking at me as if like, oh, I don't give a shit. It's like, you earn a lot of money, asshole. Me, I don't even earn much money, but I want to earn money and feel like an adult. 22q didn't let me feel like an adult and work enough. Really, really sucked. But maybe if disability rights were like they are now, I would have been fine. I would have had supported work. And I would have done good. Anyway, I did achieve a lot for 22q. And anyone who's a 22q specialist would back that up in a heartbeat because I know I've beaten all the odds on different things that I've achieved in my life. Because of the psychosocial part of 22q. I also know, in the physical sense, how I've looked after my body and responded to my own body intuitively. Like going back to self-care, like these things, okay? I've been doing this for a while, and painting nails and doing this and doing that. Gone back to a lot of my old things. So self-care is the key of this video, as you're probably gathering, but including pain stuff. Don't shy away from pain clinics with the mental side. You just have to be assertive and go, yeah, that's just no. Sure, having no stress and no assholes having conflicts with me, that just really takes away or playing games with me, really takes away the pain because then my body's not tense under stress. Duh, I know that's going to make it worse. Then if I just have because the last 5 years, I've been homeless twice, nearly 3 times, and just absolute dramas in this whole 5 years. Just, went from happy family to dysfunctional family to the point of I'm being abused by my own children now. Like, it's got to that point. So, it's like my whole world's changed from normality to shit. So, naturally, self-care is what you need to turn to. But, what was my point before though? Yeah, so with pain, don't be afraid to say, no, that is a psychology fact. Yes, you're right. But also, mindfulness, I'm not Buddhist. Say that. I'm not kidding. And if you're an atheist, say, well, I'm an atheist. I say like I'm a Christian, okay? Don't tell me to do mindfulness because I would rather pray. I'm happy to pray. I've got rosary beads. I know how to do it, okay? I'll pray.
She's got me rosemary beads.
Oh, yeah, I bought him a present.
Then again, I do look a bit like a Buddha.
Yeah,
if you rub my tummy, maybe you'll get some good luck. Can I show them your cross? Show them my cross.
Oh, his cross is like, so masculine, And then I bought him rosary beads and I thought, oh, I don't know if he's going to like this. He's going to feel like I'm telling him to speak to Mother Mary, not just Jesus. I mean, both you can speak to. Everyone at the same time if you wish. I mean, I don't know if they all have time to stand there and listen to just you, me, us, but they do. Look at this. So it's basically, okay, it's basically on that kind of chain, very good quality chain, all right? And then it's got a nice clasp. Now in Perth, I don't know if this is Australia-wide, Coorong is a shop that you can get. I've got a pinky leather Bible, yummy, and I have the children's Bible because that just is easier for me to take in and then be able to turn to the Bible on it, on all those stories and understand it better. Cross, let me show you the cross. Look at that. And it's got a bit of a shine to it as well. So yeah, I secretly added in, and then he was looking over my shoulder at what I was buying from Shein, which he doesn't normally do, but I thought that was interesting. But he likes what I buy anyway.
She's been on
He always
Shein
likes
again.
what I buy.
You know what that means, don't you?
Soon I'm going to be a fairy. Literally. I'm not joking.
And a mermaid.
Wings. Oh, and that. Mermaid out of water. Fish out of water. Does that remind you of childhood?
It does.
Marco! Polo!
The nightmare of noise around
Alright,
the swimming
can you
pool.
imagine, in my household, I think it happened every summer.
Every summer.
Every summer. Every summer of primary school, which in Australia is 7 years. Okay. Every year, because we used to play that game in the pool. Marco, Polo, just sitting on the couch, eating breakfast, eating dinner. And then my mum would say, we don't speak, things like that at the dinner table. There's so many rules for the dinner table talk. I was like, I'd sit there and my mum would say, okay, well, you know, has anyone got kind of, I guess, like got anything to say or whatever? I'm thinking, and I'm just going through the rules. I'm like, and I'm limited speech, guys. These people are the people I'm most bonded to. Like my brother and my mum were my safe people, my only people, because they lived with me and I'm an autistic. And if I didn't have them around, my whole world fell apart. Because I'm autistic. Anxiety and fear between 2Q as well. So naturally, I was like, well, what the fuck? I mean, I used to get so scared. I came home one time at night time, as in the street lights were on, got home a little late, and no one was home. And so I hid behind the counter. I turned all the lights off. Only a couple of lights were on anyway, because in those days, houses needed lights in the daytime. It was pretty bad designs in Australia. But I turned all the lights off and hid behind the couch. So I thought, well, someone's going to steal me, because my mum used to say it all the time. People steal children. She used to be so obsessed with that topic. People still take children. So you shouldn't do that. It's actually, that's scaring the fucking child. That's trauma. Kidding me? Like I need that stress walk to school. And if I wasn't walking with the street kids or whatever, it's like, someone's going to steal me. Lucky I had a good memory for where I was going. I mean, normally my brother would be up ahead because he's like, I'm not walking with you as we got older. So I'd be walking, you know, and he's way up ahead. And I'm like, geez, he really doesn't want to be seen with me. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm a retard. Sorry. I shouldn't say that, I know. But it was showing at that stage, obviously. Yeah. But it is difficult for siblings, and back then there was no support or education. But basically, yeah, self-care is something we need to not forget about. And, yeah, echolalia, sorry, is what that was that I was doing. If you are someone that's questioning, am I autistic? Because so many girls are missed. So I just say a few things of, rather than these other ones, I don't even know how they do it. How can you be autistic? Kaylin, I get, because she does the skits really well. But these ones that just talk the theory of autism, it's like, what the fuck? How do you know yourself that well? Like, I do all of that, and that's autistic, yeah, but how do you know all these things? And they just every day or every couple of days or for years they've been talking about this, and I'm like, how do you know about all this? It confuses my brain. And the heater's on now. So basically do some self-care. Go back to whatever it is that made you feel, I don't know, whatever. Like, it could be totally different. For you, it could be like, oh, I used to get up in the morning, play. You don't play with pot plants, do you? Kind of do. You should talk to them, play classical music to them. But say if you like pot planting or something, right? And you used to put the music on and you used to like enjoy having your tea or coffee or whatever, doing that. And just trimming the plants and watering or whatever. Whatever it was that you used to do before, I don't know, disability. And that means deterioration for some of us getting a disability full stop that you never had before. Doesn't matter. For me, it's, you know, that thing of I literally did nothing for myself when I had kids. I didn't have so much staff of my own. It was about the kids. I was very busy, focused on the kids. This is even them as adults, you know, helping them with their jobs and, you know, even just listening to the end of their day and letting them dump the work stuff so that I can help them, like, navigate that, you know, because that's another phase. And I know people think, oh, how do you know these phases? Because I was an autistic and I needed these phases explained. When a young adult child is working in the real world for the first time and they come home with stresses or whatever, and you talk about work politics, and they do understand that. It's not like they don't get it. It's just that you're helping them to self-soothe about it, because they always will come home with, oh, you know, my boss is doing this, or this person I'm training is doing this, and this is really annoying me. They need to dump safely to someone. So you're that person, and you're that person that teaches them how to do it, hopefully the right way. And I hope I did. And it sounds like, I mean, my kids have given a good review, so it sounds like I did. But I'm just saying, like, they need to learn that. They don't know how to do that. And then in the future, of course, their wives, sorry about that, daughter-in-laws, but not. But that's your job now. Your job is to soothe them if they can't self-soothe, guide them when they need guidance. It's all in the Bible. But, like, it, you know, oh, you're such a poor child. Look at you. Oh, you're such a poor child. Oh, I'm so not loved. Oh, my, poor me. Poor me. I don't get enough love. I don't get enough attention. He's got staff. Yes, you've got staff. You're stealing my staff. You're poaching. You're poaching. He's poaching my staff. Okay, my bandage is not a toy. So basically, yeah, my reminder here is self-care. So I'm doing self-tanning. So if you see an Oompa Loompa next video, or just someone that looks a bit strange, at least, well, I can't really blame the vitiligo because it's got really good shape to it. Whereas this will have probably a real weird shape to it if I get it wrong. It's been a while. Now, my ears are going to be white. Can someone answer me who's a self-tanner? What about the ears? Because the ears are white, right? My ears are going to stand out. No one talks about the ears. I've just checked online this morning. I've done a little bit of research in case something's changed or in case there's a new tip. Didn't see anything about ears. My ears are white. Anyway, bye guys. And I'll see you in the next chat. Cheers with a coffee. My coffee's big. That's why I can chat for a long time. So next time, you see these chat videos, the ones that like it, because not everyone likes these ones, but some of you do, so I'm going to do them, okay, because this is an inclusive place of difference of people. Some people are like me, they're lonely, they have no friends, and they look at the internet and they go, yep, if I knew that person, I'd probably be that person's friend. So you just watch them because it's like, well, oh yeah, what they get up to, oh that's cool, and then you know you move on with your day, and it's interesting. So look at this, we're all besties here. Okay, because if you watch me, obviously you relate to me and my lifestyle. Stop. Stop.
Is this going to be a scene from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
My ears are white. No one's talked about the ears.
Oh, you need to do some more research.
I do, actually, because I'm not going to get response from you in time. So please, in the next video, however I look, please just be nice. Be nice. And I'm assuming my wrinkles, which actually I don't have a lot of because I've got a lost and lost. Lucky me. That's my coffee tongue, sorry. Lucky me. Sorry to people who don't have lost and lost, but you wouldn't want it anyway, just to get the smooth skin and to look 20 years younger. It's just not worth it. Because the pain, anyone else with EDS out there can back me up on that. Like my mum, my nana, they will definitely have it. They probably just don't realise it. But basically, it makes your skin velvety, soft, and very smooth. I just don't have wrinkles. I have very young looking face, skin, whatever. So I am lucky that I can do this self-tan, because I know that wrinkles for some of us more mature ladies. And don't be ashamed, ladies, if you have wrinkles, it means that you have wisdom. Wrinkles is with a W, and so is wisdom. Okay? I love older women to talk to. You guys know so much more than me, and I need that, because I've been asking since being a talking person. I've asked everyone everything, and I'm bored now. I need to know more. So I need to get maybe up to now 60s and 70s now. Late 60s, not the young 60s. They're young, because I'm 51, so they're considered young now, okay? They're young people too, like me. I'm a young person. A young person that knows a lot. But basically, the late 60s is kind of, it's getting old, isn't it? Sorry out there, your late 60s. I'm a bitch. But I love being friends with people 10, 20 years older than me. I do. Because it's just, I like that extra wisdom on how do you do 50s? How do you act 50? Because when I go out there, I can't be me. So much for inclusion for Autism A in the world. No, I can't be me. I have to use the script of what 50-year-olds do. So, look, I know I've been 50 for a couple of years now, but like, well, you know, just over a year, let's calm down. But then again, 60s is young. As in early 60s. Late. I'm offending people now. But I need friends in the 60s and 70s. Please? Anyway, I value all age groups, especially people that are earth angels. Your wisdom is there from a little girl. You guys know who you are. There's that something that you have, that you know, that, what do they call us? Old souls. We exist. Use your powers for good. Bye guys, and I'll see you in the next chat video.